and rolls with the punches, with the farts and the burps and the friggin' strippers coming in and all that, and Howard and the rest of the crew. So I said, I'm just going to be myself, because she obviously did. And she was fucking so cool about it. So I just went in there like that. Like, yeah. I was fucking with the waiter right off the bat. I come over, you want some pepper? I made him put like fucking pepper on my chicken for like 8 minutes in front of her. She's like, please don't do that. You're embarrassed. I'm like, it's fucking funny.
The waiter was Chips Cooney.
Chips Cooney. Oh, I fucking love Chips.
And how many people recognized her?
Not really. There was not too many people in there. But she also lived in Jersey. She had a house down the Jersey Shore. And if we went out, that was a problem. There was a lot of people,
Because all the Italians were mad you were with a black chick.
No, not necessarily.
Hey, Jim, what's going on over here? Is that a friend of yours, Jim? She's a vegan and super cool, size double F. But
something like that.
When I listen to the Howard Stern show, they talk about like she has the absolute largest boobs that have ever
Something
had.
like that, probably like a triple F or something.
You didn't see him?
I don't know. I didn't see the bra.
But
she didn't go into the bathroom. I go,
did you guys fool around ever?
Yeah, we dated for 5-6 months. Huh? Why are we whispering? Yeah, we were a couple. We were friends for like 2 months. Yeah, look, if you're in a relationship, yeah, that's gonna.
I don't want to say anything that's
not cool. There's gonna be some kind of action.
So, great gal.
Super. One of the coolest chicks I've ever gone out with, because
really?
she can roll with the punches. I have such dirtbag friends. I bring her over. You want to watch football, my friend? She's like, yeah, sure. And she'd hang out, no problem. I took her to Applebee's. I mean, come on.
All your friends are coming over just to say they hung out with Robin Quivers.
Well, I took her to see Stone Temple Pilots. I took her to Van Halen. And I took her to Van Halen in Nassau Coliseum, and that was a nightmare because it was 17,000 slobs.
It is bad
all
news.
Howard Stern, O&A fans, whatever, and just coming and just getting pounded.
That's where he did like his DVD, his VHS tape was from Nassau Coliseum,
so
right?
I mean that
Bongo
area,
Fiesta, Bongo
Fiesta. No, U.S. Open Soars was there, but that was tough to bring her through the crowd and everything else. It was scary because you just get a bunch of drunkards, and I'm like, dude, back off, come on.
Hey guys, the podcast you're listening to right now is brought to you by Audible. Please visit audiblepodcast.com/J for your free audiobook download. Listen whenever and wherever you want, just like the podcast you're listening to right now. Audible has over 1,000 science and technology titles, nerds, and over 1,100 science fiction and fantasy titles. Really? That's who we're going after? Come on, nerds. Rally. Go to audiblepodcast.com/J. More titles are being added all the time. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from. Every genre, Audible has it covered. Get a free audiobook download when you sign up for a free trial today. Listen to me. Free audiobook download when you sign up for a free trial today. All right? audiblepodcast.com/J. Now back to our show. Fart. Being in LA, you go to like a Laker game, you go to a Kings game, you go to a Dodger game. I just went to UFC on Fox at Staples Center, and this is a crowd filled with people wearing Affliction t-shirts, and it is an in shape crowd. It is a crowd that was doing incline press that afternoon to go to Staples Center to watch fights, and they're all like wearing, jiu-jitsu school t-shirts. Basically an entire 18,000 people that could fight.
Right.
Completely civilized. I go to a fucking Rangers Bruins game at Madison Square Garden, and literally halfway through the second period, I look at my wife and I go, we're going to have to go, like, in a couple minutes. It was just drunken slobs, as you put it, stumbling, spilling shit, and if they see you, they go, Jamer! Like, not high, not like, hey, can I get a picture? Like, I don't know what it is with the East Coast. They lose their shit.
They're out of their minds.
I mean, and I'm not fucking anybody. Like, Robin Quivers is way more famous than I am, and you and Robin Quivers going to Long Island is like walking right into the hornet's nest. But I would like to think, like, Jesus, I'm trying to think of, like, the most, like, George Clooney could go to a Dodger game, and people go, Mr. Clooney, can I get a picture? Like, that's just, I don't know, maybe we're more laid back out here.
I think that's what it is. I mean, I remember she came to one of my shows in Atlantic City. I did, and we got in the elevator, and 6 drunk guys from Philly got in with us and realized who she was, and it was almost like a gang rape. Like they were surrounding her, and we had to go up to like 36th floor, so we were in the elevator for like 5 minutes with them. It was at the point where I was like, holy shit, I'm going to have to try to fight these 5 guys. They were just surrounded her, drunk, spilling beer on her. I'm like, dude, back off. Don't fucking tell me to back off.
You tell Howard.
I'm a fucking fan for, fuck you, I'm a fan for 30 years.
Yeah, and they always want to pass a message along like, no, you tell Howard. Listen, tell Howard, right? Philly fans, I know you're listening. You are the most fucking disgusting people on the planet.
I love them. They're the biggest
I love
slobs.
them too. When I go to Helium Comedy Club,
Yeah.
it's the coolest room. But when you go to like an Eagles game, or you go to it's like, when I went to the Super Bowl with the Eagles and I guess Patriots, Panthers,
yeah, Eagles,
no Patriots. Like guys are just picking fights with cops. Like literally, cops are going, just step to the left. Fuck you, make me step to the left, you fucking prick. You're like, it's a cop. Some guy at a desk at cop headquarters went, I need you to stand on this corner and make sure people stay to the left so traffic can flow. And he goes, oh, okay. And he doesn't know fucking Philly fans coming in. Like guys are going, fuck you. They're screaming at the cops.
I've never seen anything like my father-in-law is a huge Philly fan. He's an Eagle fan, and one of his daughter's boyfriends was a Jet fan.
Yeah,
and he came over one Sunday to watch football. Within 10 minutes, he goes, "Go outside." It was November. It was freezing. He goes, "I don't want a Jet fan in my house. Go fucking outside." And he made him stay outside on the deck.
You should have said that to Robin when you're watching the game with all your buddies.
Go outside.
Yeah, just go outside.
Yeah, you're bothering me.
You and Jimmy Norton were roommates?
Yeah, 4 years.
Can you share with us some shenanigans that went? I hate to be like a douchey interviewer.
No, but you know what? I'm telling you, man, that guy, I mean, for what a slob and a creep and a degenerate he is, to live with him, he's perfectly normal. Like he had the only rule he had is he couldn't bring any hookers in the house.
Why?
Because they might steal shit. You know what I mean? I have my stuff there. I don't know when he's coming in. I might be on the road or this and that.
I don't like that you think prostitutes are untrustworthy.
Really?
Yeah. What's your deal, dude?
I don't know. I've heard stories.
Did you guys ever have sex with a chick at the same time?
No, wait. But what he would do, he'd pick them up from New York, and we lived right outside. We lived in Cliffside Park, which is right by Union City. So we're like 5 minutes outside the Lincoln Tunnel. So he'd pick them up in the city, drive them out to our house, and pull into our driveway, and you have one of those old fucking, those sun visor things, those cardboard things you put in your windshield?
Yeah.
So he put that up, and he would get blown or fuck her in the car in the driveway, so nobody could look in. And I'd look outside, I'd see he put the cardboard up, I'm like, he's got another hooker.
And then what, he just drive
And it was
back?
like the big smiley one with the sunglasses.
I was going to ask you which one.
It was the goofy one.
And then what? He would just drive them back.
He'd drive them back, yeah.
Why don't you get blown in the city?
I don't know what his deal was.
Parking a meter.
He thought he was going to get arrested if they were fooling around in a car, and I guess the prostitute didn't want to either, so he would just take him out.
The prostitute thought she was going to spend the night in Cliffside, New Jersey.
Well, yeah, but so he would. So then they would just drive him back in.
Wasn't there a story where you guys were in a room together jacking off? Or is that him and someone else? When I was reading his book. There's some. No, you guys were in the same room.
No, what happened was I met some girl after the comedy show, and him and Bob Levy didn't meet any girls, and they were mad that I met a girl. So to get back at me, we were all staying in the same room. We had a double bed. It was, I guess one was going to sleep on the floor. I don't know. But when I came back in at like 1 a.m, they decided to jerk off onto the TV set, onto the screen, and leave loads on it. For me, when I got back in to show me, like and I walked in and I'm like, look at the screen. I'm like, what is that? They go, oh, we jerked off on the screen. I'm like, oh, all right. And I just went to bed. They're like, they thought I was going to get a reaction. I'm like, you fucking pigs. Why would you do that? Okay. I don't know if they did it together, but they both blew loads on the TV screen.
They did the lock arms. And one of them would have to be a lefty.
Exactly.
And so you get a chick after a show, they strike out, they're irate at your success rate. So to show you that you're not the only guy that can get later on here, they jack off onto Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
And then you come home and you're like, wow, great, way to go with the string cheese, guys.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's weird, but whatever, I'm going to bed.
I'm fucking exhausted. A couple of creeps. I'm exhausted from having sex with real women all night.
Exactly. The best story was first road gig. Me and Bob Levy was headlining, right?
The Reverend Bob Levy?
The Reverend Bob Levy was headlining, so he took a liking to me and Norton. Plus, he used to drink a lot, so he needed someone to drive him sober.
A lot. Jesus.
So it was great. So he got us gigs, me and Norton, all the time. So we bring Norton to, Hartford, Connecticut on a Tuesday night. His first road gig outside of Jersey. And he meets some girl after the show, and they're just talking. It was just some girl in the crowd, and he got her number, right? I just bought this Plymouth Colt. I just fucking leased it. I had it 1 week. And we're driving home. He got her number. He goes, yeah, I'll call you. Maybe we'll get there. He was so excited. He's in the back seat, and we're driving on like 684. It's this really dark road, and I hear this fucking noise in the back seat. I hear, and I turn on the light. Norton's in the back there, and he is jerking off in my back seat, like just with his cock out. I go, dude, what are you doing? And he didn't even stop as I'm talking. He goes, I'm so horny. I can't wait till I get home talking to that girl. I got to jerk off. I go, I just fucking bought this car. Fucking put your dick back in your pants. He goes, I can't stop. I had to pull over. I go, dude, seriously, you can't fucking come in my car. I just bought this thing. And he put his dick back in his pants. I go, all right, sorry, man. I just fucking couldn't take it.
You pulled over, but
I had to pull over because he wouldn't stop. He's having a conversation with me. He's fucking stroking his cock. She turned me on, and the girl wasn't even hitting on it. She's just like, he's the comedian. I'll talk to him.
You pulled over, bought a TV set, set it in front of him. You knew that was coming? Matty boy. You have opened for Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. Is that true?
Yeah.
How do you open for, like, any of these? Like, I mean, the crowd is just, or do they know you from the metal show? So they're like,
yeah,
Jim!
That helped. I went on tour with Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax for a month and did arenas.
Wow. And what time of day? Like, you probably went on at like 5 in the afternoon.
No, it was worse. Jägermeister hired me as like the host and MC, but I had to do 3 5-minute sets between each band. So if I would have just went on at 7 o'clock and did 15 minutes when the venue has like 3,000 people in it, it would have been great. My first 5 minutes was amazing. It was like a comedy club. But then by the time Megadeth's all the fans, and by the time Slayer goes on, forget it. So 17,000 animals are chanting Slayer, and then I come back out trying to tell more jokes. By the third time, like, all right, dude, we get it. I know, you're a comic. Get the fuck off the stage. Enough. It was brutal. But I pulled it off.
How long was that tour?
A month.
So how many dates were there? 20?
There was 23 dates.
Good change? Good chunk of change?
Yeah, it was like, what did I get? Like $3,000 a show.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you got to see the show every night.
I got to see the show every night, but
Did you get a bus?
Oh, well, yeah, I was on the Jägermeister bus, and there was only like 4 people on the bus, so it was cool.
Did you sleep on the bus and stuff?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be tough.
Anytime I'm on I've never had a tour bus, but I was at the All-Star game in Kansas City on the Pepsi Max bus, going to the airport to pick up a car, like the Pepsi Max tour bus, and all I can think of is Motley Crue Home Sweet Home whenever I'm on a tour bus. I don't know why it's so stupid. Yeah. Like, you have such visceral and like emotional and nostalgic responses to these songs that you came up with, like, I'm on my way.
Yeah. Or the Bon Jovi, remember Wanted Dead or Alive? Yeah. They were the first ones to do the Tired video because they're exhausted. They just got off stage and they look out the window like, oh.
And that great backstage shot of Richie in the chair with his hair down. And John's got a towel over his head.
Yeah, like, we just did I'm going to pass out. And then I get on the bus. I miss my family. And you're looking out and it's just weeds. And then everybody did that video. It was like 70 of it. Actually, Journey was the first one, Faithfully. That was the first road video where like, I miss my family. I'm on the road. And then everybody else copied that after that.
I don't know ever seeing that video.
Steve Perry had the bad mustache.
Because I know you too did on The Unforgettable Fire. I think it was the song The Unforgettable Fire where it was them on a bus and it was just snow. Like they're obviously like in Scandinavia someplace.
Right.
And I was like, wow, being on the road sucks. Do you ever see that documentary by Radiohead, Meeting People Is Easy?
No.
Bro, it'll make you never want to go on tour again. It's really claustrophobic and great. Like, it basically chronologizes. Is that the right way to say that? Chronologizes? Yeah, that's the one. It chronologizes. It puts in order. In order. Chronologized. Their tour, and it was when OK Computer came out, and everybody, I know this is out of your wheelhouse now.
I know some Radiohead.
But that was the album where like everyone lauded them as like, this is the greatest album of all time. You're changing the media. Little do we know they would never stop and keep going and talking into fucking tin cups on a laptop. Hey guys, come on back into the garage, play some fucking instruments, you pricks. Jesus Christ.
I know.
What happened to these guys? You're the fucking Black Eyed Peas, but with guitars. The guy actually plays laptop. So anyway.
Really?
Oh yeah, one of the guys just sits on stage with his fucking computer. Pew, 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 making fucking sounds.
Hey, that's
like you got to get out there and grind it out eventually.
Absolutely.
But anyway, it's a really good documentary, and I think you would love it.
Well, being on a tour, in a band, being on a tour bus with like 5, 6 other guys in the bus, and it's just bunks, and you can't go anywhere, and you're there for like 9 hours. We never, as a comic, we didn't do one-nighters where the next night was 9 hours away and the next one was 7. We pretty much stayed at the Improv for 4 or 5 days, stayed in a hotel.